Hi everybody, it's Nancy and I'm going to show you how I print on a 12 by 12 scrapbook page after you've already glued everything down. I've got several layers glued down already. I've even got some sewing done and I've got a distress edge here, and I'm going to actually run this through my printer and print directly on this page. I'm going to be using my Epson XP 15000. This is from the Expression photo printer line, and this is a wide format printer. It can print 14 by 17, so it'll work perfectly for a 12 by 12 page. Now what I've done is I've measured from this side in and from the top down to determine exactly where I want my journaling to go, which is going to be right here. And I've also got a 12 by 12 Word document, and I've gone ahead and put my computer journaling where I want it to be on the page based on my measurements that I took on here. And I've got this all formatted 12 by 12, and I'm going to go into my printer properties here because I'm ready to print. I've got this set to rear paper feed. The reason why you do the rear paper feed is because you don't want to put it in the tray down below and have it run up through and then flip around and back through the rollers, because that will definitely bind up the printer and tear up your page and ruin your printer. So we have it set for rear paper feed. So I'm going up here, rear paper feed, user defined. This is how I tell my printer what size I'm going to be printing. And I click user defined, and I've already formatted it for a 12 by 12, so my printer knows that I'm going to be using a 12 by 12 paper. Now before I print on here, I want to do a dry run just to make sure that I like where the printing is formatted. And also I need to do one more thing to this before I can run it through my printer. Because I've got all these layers, this could very easily get stuck on my roller. So what I'm going to do is use some washi tape, and I'm just going to glue down this edge right here. Glue down, that didn't make any sense. And tape down this edge. I'm using a low tack washi tape so that when I pull it back up, it doesn't tear up the paper. You want to be sure and check your washi tape to make sure that it's low tack. Test it on a piece of paper first. And I'm also going to be printing down, this is where my photo is going to go. And I usually, when I'm first designing a page, I like to put down these little squares of paper just to show myself whereabouts the photo is going to go. Normally I would print, I'd try to remember to print on just this piece of paper ahead of time and wouldn't have a problem running it through. But because I've already glued this down and this, my computer journaling is an afterthought, I decided that I'd go ahead and try this. Now the other thing I'm doing is, because I'm going to do a test run first, I'm going to put down a piece of scratch paper, and this is going to, when I run it through my printer, it's going to print on here first. I'm going to make sure that it's formatted the way I want it. So as I put this in my printer, it needs to be put in, top side down. That will just help it run through the printer a little bit better. Okay, so I'm going to go up here. Everything was formatted correctly. Going to hit print. And hopefully, if this works, that should feed right through and print where I told it to. Might need a little bit of help here to feed through. There we go. Okay, that's feeding through the printer. And we're going to look and see, make sure this is where I want it to be. Looks pretty good. So now what I can do is take this off. Again, I've used a low tack washi tape so it won't tear anything. And I know that that was formatted the way I want it to. So we're going to run this through a second time. This time it's going to print directly onto the page where I want it to print. So going back up here, File, Print, double check my printer properties, rear paper feed, user defined, make sure I've got the right size. Easier to find 12 by 12, yep. Okay, we're gonna hit print one more time. Again, I might need to help this feed through. Just give it a little nudge as it starts to pull. There we go. And we're gonna see how it looks. Okay, that printed exactly where I wanted it to print. So you can see by using the washi tape, it actually holds this free edge down so that it doesn't get bound up in my printer. And now I can take this washi tape off. And yeah, see, low tack washi tape doesn't really pull much of the paper off. Anyway, so I'll go ahead and leave that, and that's how you print on a 12 by 12 scrapbook page.